Back from the break as I continue to dog walk people in that and during this conversation. Because I don't want anyone to think that I'm not enjoying myself and that this is not just regular conversation to me. So I am playing Madden while this entire conversation is happening. No notes have been looked at in the taping of this episode.
This is all free range knowledge. This is just what he knows. This is what rattles around in D's head. Just random, not I ain't even gonna say random, just a wealth of knowledge and being well versed in many topics. That is D. So what was the question before we had the difficulty?
What is the responsibility? What is the responsibility of us to one another and to the larger white community? Like, should we be telling them these things? And what is the responsibility of the larger white community to us? Like, should they be forcibly made? Not necessarily to own what has transpired, because that's one of their talking points always. Like, the no one alive personally owned slaves. Yeah, bitch, but my mother was born prior to having civil rights, so I know goddamn well your grandparents and your mother was calling my mom a nigger. Fuck you. What are you talking about? Like, I don't even want to hear that bullshit.
Like that's real too. Like people try to act like that shit happened so long ago. Like,
right, it ain't that long ago. Look, it ain't that long ago when you got a piece of paper in your fucking photo album that got somebody's name on it that was owned. That's still legible.
And showed it so nonchalantly. Like, here you
I'm
go.
not even going down that road. Look,
I know
notice I'm
you're
not even
not
going down that road.
Look,
right?
I knew
I'm
you
just
wasn't
like,
gonna do it.
It's an interesting thing that folks, like, one of the primary arguments you hear when you talking to your peers who happen to be white. I've never owned slaves, and no one that was alive today owned slaves. Yeah, bitch, but you have the slave documents in your family photo album. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you actually talking about? What are you saying? Like, are you purposely dismissing the reality of the situation at hand? And are you going to sit here and pretend that because slavery ended in the 1860s, Jim Crow never fucking happened?
Segregation never happened.
Right. Like, are you fucking for real right now? We've never owned slaves. Yeah, motherfucker, but you clearly benefited from everything prior to your existence.
Right.
Generationally speaking, I don't be wanting to hear that shit. Like you look, like you opened up, said people say I don't see color. Okay, so what you're saying is you don't see me, whatever.
And
that's the same as we never personally owned slaves. My family was poor. They were employed, and what they did for a job was to beat on niggas. The fuck are you talking about?
Like, and it's wild, man, because people like it's so off-putting when they try to downplay it, and like it didn't, and that just pisses me off even more. Like when you try to act like it's not a big deal when it is. And that's the difference between empathy and sympathy, because you can never understand it. And some people don't even fucking empathize with you. So it's like, even like in a situation where, like me, for instance, like I've been in situations to where I have literally had to check people about using the N-word around me. Now, I use it. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like I don't. So I don't want nobody I don't want nobody later on talking about calling me a hypocrite and shit because I use it. Yes, I can. You can't in any given circumstances. Not not because of your skin color. Primarily, that is the reason. However, I don't want you to go and think just because I let you get away with it that somebody else is going to let you get away with it, because they will bust your ass. I will sit here and talk to you and tell you why you shouldn't. And I think that is that's the larger goal of all Black people, is that when you see it happening, you need to sit down. You stop giving people a free pass and saying, oh, well, they're cool. No. That's not it. No, that's not what we're talking about. They're not cool. They're cool with you. They're not cool with me. Because if I catch them saying it, I'm gonna rock their shit. And then they're gonna be looking surprised. Well, he said I could say it. Yeah, and he's wrong too. I need to whoop his ass too. Because at the end of the day, like, that's not it's so hard to try to explain it because people don't want to hear it, because people just say it's just a word. No, it's not just a word. It's not.
No, it was a word. I disagree. It is just a word. It's just a word.
Technically. In fact,
it depends on how I feel that day. If these is just these hands, like,
oh shit, and it's just off-putting, and like people, and then I hate the argument when they were like, oh well, you use it. They use it in songs. They use it. That ain't. What the fuck does that have to do with anything that we talking about? I don't give a fuck if it's in some. I don't give a fuck if it's in a movie. I don't give a fuck if it's in some lyrics. If you say it, I'm going to pop you. I'm like, real shit. That's just me. I will, depending on who you are, I may talk to you. I may tell you, hey, look, I wouldn't do that. Don't do it around me. Stop it. The next time you do it, I'm going to take this chair and I'm going to crack your damn skull. Shit like that. Depending on the situation. Because it happens mostly when I'm at work or when I'm out and about. Because especially mainly at work. And it's crazy because people feel like they can say it. And you can say it. But you have to be willing to deal with the consequences of you saying it. Whatever they may be, you may get away with it. You may have somebody be like, he said it. And you might get somebody that you end up in a body bag. It just, you roll the dice every time you use it. You roll it. Now, to my Caucasian brethren, do better. I don't really have. I can't really speak to you. Just do better. Do better. That's it. Do better.
All right. You're surprisingly quiet on this topic.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Feel free. Shut me up. I don't care.
I don't understand, out of all the things to say, why that word is so argued about. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It's like the more you say don't use it, the more they want to fucking use it. And then want to defend using it. I agree with Mookie. It makes no fucking sense. As far as the responsibility, everybody doesn't want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? So how do you get them to want to fucking listen? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it's a lost cause, honestly.
It's not a lost cause, because once you get the group, because there's a small margin of Black people that let them get away with it. Now there's a larger community that do not. Once that smaller community stops, because we all know that white person that always says, oh, well, I got that one Black friend. That one Black friend is the one that lets them get away with the shit. And so it perpetuates it. So that one white person goes to his white friends and be like, oh, you know what, blah, blah, blah. And then they get around this motherfucker and they're just saying the word and they're just like, oh, and he's not doing anything. So it perpetuates it. And it's like you said, they want to, this like the more you tell them no, the more they want to do it. And that is the epitome of white privilege to me. Is the more you say don't do this thing, they want to do it. Or even if you tell them they have to do something, they don't want to do it. So I think that would be the best way to do it, is to tell, if you tell every white person, hey man, you have to say this word or I'm gonna punch you in the face, they will stop saying it. Like the best way to get white people to stop doing shit is to make them do it. Like I've learned that throughout time. Make them have to do some shit. Like hey man, you gonna have to do this. No, you're infringing upon my rights. What, bitch? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Fuck this. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. It's hard to have this conversation without having the conversation, because there's always going to be a person there's always going to be a black person that disagrees. There's always going to be a white person that agrees. And the job of anybody, black or white, is to educate their counterparts on shit. And that's all you can do. You can't make a motherfucker do nothing. The only thing you can do is try to educate them, because everybody's going to have their own opinion. And that's just what it is. No matter what I tell you, we've all met black people that they have dark skin, but they are not black.
Them taters.
And that's the fact he calls them potatoes. I fucking hate that, but it's true. It's just that's who they are. They're those people that just let them get away. They're not with us. It's just like D said. At the end of the day, it's not that I won't be cordial. It's not that I won't talk to you. But when the revolution is televised, I know that you're not with me, and that's fine. But we all know it's not a person on this podcast that cannot name somebody, and we're not gonna do it. We all got that one person that we can name, and they was just like, you know what? You may look like me, but you definitely not me. You not
Getting
me.
shot first.
Yeah, like the fence riders, the people who are always like trying to straddle the fence, always trying to be that person that was like, oh maybe no, pick a side, because it's too late when you start hearing shots.
Oh, okay. Okie dokie.
Oh, man. But it's real talk. I'm done. Oof, my bad. I'm done. My bad. But for real though, like in all seriousness, is in order to fix it, you can't. I don't even know if you can fix it. I don't even like. We're supposed to be talking about the white people, but all I can do is speak on the black experience, because I don't know what it's like to be white. I don't identify as a white person. My bad. Everybody got quiet. My bad.
No, that's why I says it's a lost cause. It's too many of them who are against us, and then with the help of the people that's supposed to be us, not supporting us, That's why I say it's a lost cause. You might be able to affect or change the mind the immediate people around you, but on a wider scale, it's not going to happen because they have no sense of responsibility. They could see the police brutality every day. They're not going to say anything. It still happens. Even before the shit got caught on video, they don't speak up. That's the problem. They don't speak up. And they're not going to because they're too comfortable in what they're benefiting from.
I agree. You are so right. It is. And they're never going to. I will say this, like since you brought that up, I will say, yo, if and this is just for anybody listening, yo, if you see the cops whooping my ass, you better pray they kill me. Because if you videotaping it and I get up, I'm fucking you up. Like I'm throwing that out there. Like real shit. Like you better pray, like real shit. You better pray the fucking cops kill me that day. Cause like if you think you helping me by recording the cops whoop my ass, you are sadly fucking mistaken. That is not helpful. That is not helpful. Like you need to hit that motherfucker with a trash can or something. Like you need to distract him or something. Cause that motherfucker is actively choking the shit out of me and I'm finna die and you just recording it. I gotta hold you bet look. I'm gonna haunt you even if I do die. I'm gonna make sure I fucking haunt your ass. I'm just saying, like, look, stop recording shit, man. Fucking get active. Fucking look, I'd rather sit in jail with a live motherfucker than just stand by and watch a motherfucker die. Like, that's just my opinion on it. Cause that shit is wild. And then you got the what's them two? What are them? What's those twins' name? I don't know if anybody know who they are, but I think they got a little. They be talking on stuff too.
Oh, you mean them coons?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
them
no.
two.
Yeah.
Like they are the epitome. Like, and everybody has their opinions, but your opinion needs to be based in fact, and none of their opinions are based in fact. To me, I feel like they race baiting to me. And I wish I knew their names because I don't even know. But everybody knows what I'm talking about. They're the only twins that be out there talking about white power and your skin is, well, it ain't as, it's a little bit lighter than mine, but like you sitting up there just talking reckless about shit. Just because, and this is,
I don't know who the twins are.
You look up podcasting twins or whatever. I don't know. Google that. They'll come up because and that's what I say about people. The wrong people have a platform. Not everybody should have a platform, especially if you're Black. And that's just common knowledge. And it's goes for white people too. What's the chick name? God dang. Lauren, is her name Lauren?
Tommy. I knew you was talking about
Tommy. You knew who I
I
was talking about. Like that chick does not need a platform. She doesn't. She does not need a platform. Not everything you say is, you are out here to incite trouble, not to educate, not to teach, but to incite. And just like people, like even the people on TikTok, y'all don't, not just because you can go live don't mean you need to go live. And I know y'all motherfuckers probably like, oh, look at this hypocrite on a podcast talking about other shit. Hey, but I ain't never said nothing that wasn't that. You can fact check my shit. Well, actually, you can't because it's me, so you don't ever know what it is. But I digress. If you're gonna be on a stage, if you're gonna be on a platform, if you're gonna have your voice heard, say something worth being heard. Black and white. That's what you owe to yourselves and to everybody else. Is that if you want to make change, you have to be the change. Like, get on your platform and actually talk about something worthwhile instead of just spreading negativity. Because I'm gonna tell you something, I'm ready for war. I know what side I'm on. I know at the end of the day, me and D talked about it. Like, a lot of people think that at the end of the day, like, I laugh and I joke and I do some silly ass shit sometimes. I be on TikTok doing dumb shit, but don't think for 1 second that I don't forgot how to be violent. Don't think for 1 second that I won't burn your fucking world down. I will. I ain't no gangster, but don't you fucking push me. All right, I'm done talking. My bad.
I got dark.
Look, I feel like real shit. Every time I post our podcast, I just be waiting for like somebody to call me and be like, "You're fired." I'm like, "Whoops." Well, like I should be like y'all two would just turn my damn camera off so nobody knows. Cause like really nobody would know it was me if I didn't have my camera off. When I'm the only asshole that turns his camera off because I'm narcissistic as fuck. Like I want to be seen. Like I want to be seen. But look, I don't want to deal with the consequences of the shit. Is wild.
Well, there is no consequences to be had. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Like this is just where it's at. Everybody who knows me knows this is how I feel. Like for strangers out in the world, yeah, I understand my appearance does not go with the conversation. And if I'm seen, there would be a fear factor. I get that part. Like, yeah, we're not gonna fucking play ignorance to that part. But at the same time, like, no, I'm good. I'm sure, the facts are the facts. I'm here to. We don't ever have to go to war. I have learned to navigate the system as it presently stands, and I am actually okay with it. In every sense of the word, I'm fine because I have navigated this long. I'm straight. So that's not where I'm at with it. And now if the shit need to go left, I'm prepared to meet you there. Make no mistake. The United States paid a lot of money to make me proficient at what I do.
Yo, that sounded like some real like Wolverine shit. I ain't the best at what I mean. What do you say? Well, I'm.
Hey, look, put it into perspective. I may not have a lot of money, but what I do have is a particular set of skills. Like real talk. That makes me a nightmare for people like you.
Like real talk. And it's just like D said, like when none of y'all will ever see him. But when you look at D, like D is, how can I put? Okay, fuck it. He's menacing, like real shit. He's menacing. He's scary. Like,
that's so hurtful.
I know. I didn't know a nicer way to say it, so I just went with my heart. So you like you look at him, and it's just like, oh shit. Like you actively avoid the conversation. When in actuality, he is very well versed, he's very educated, and his appearance, like, and we said this in the podcast before, like looking at him, you would not know the shit about him. Now, me, on the other hand, like people look at me and they were like, oh, this is a nice clean cut young gentleman. Let me go engage with him.
You're one of the good ones.
Yeah, like real shit. and me and D talked about it, and that shit irks me so bad. And then I act this, so now I have to show a motherfucker that I'm not the one to be trifled with. And then but then I go too far, and then I can't go back, which is cool. It doesn't bother me, but now it's like you make me have to show my ass instead of just leaving me the fuck alone. Like that is the prime example. Is like, he's one of the good ones. What the fuck does that mean? One of the good ones. What does that mean?
That you ain't gonna fight back.
And then they found out the hard way when I started fucking cussing people out there. But like, oh my God, why are you like this? Cause you made me this way. I was fine. I was good. You wanted a nigga, now nigga here. That's what you was looking for. Now this is what you got. And then when you act out of character, then you get, it's like I can't win. I tried not to be what they think I am. So they poke me and they poke me until I react how they want me to react. And then I'm still the bad guy. Like, what the fuck? Like, explain that shit to me. Like, D don't have these problems. Like, D is just like they don't even approach D. They be like, yep, he is. We don't need any confirmation on that. But he's the exact opposite of what they think. Me is like, I am what they think, but they still want to see me act out of character. Like, why? For what purpose? I'm at work. You
gonna have a nigga like me doing life.
I'm like, I'm just like, I'm at work. Like, let me be. Like, I already, like, it's work. Okay, that's first and foremost. It's work. Like, let me do work. Let me be at work in peace, at least. Why would you think that you could just provoke me into being who I'm not at work? Like when I'm at home, yeah, I'm that motherfucker. When I'm at work, I'm at work. This is business. Let me be business. Don't make me show out. Come on now.
Where your grandma stay? Right over there on Greenleaf. Don't make me show up and show out.
Okay, Eric, calm down. We from Bompton.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna get jumped one day. I
hope though nobody really think that that's acceptable. we not. That's not happening.
Oh, man.
Run up on Mookie's ass if you want to.
Look, it ain't gonna be pretty for nobody.
Nobody.
Because if you think I'm a pushover, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. But anyway, I digress. Yes. Yeah. So
be out this motherfucker waiting for a motherfucker to run up. One bullet in the abdomen. Two bullets in the abdomen.
Oh my God. It's crazy, man. This is wild. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah. Yeah, don't get it twisted though. Don't get it twisted. Don't do it. Don't do it. It was a don't do it. Just don't.
Right? Like I tell motherfuckers, I'm not gonna make a good video. Like I be seeing motherfuckers on video, like that video I posted where dudes in they in Food Line. Little dudes in cousin's face, calling him all kind of niggas.
It ain't. You're not gonna get your look. You're not gonna get your camera out fast enough because I'm
right. You not getting that shit off.
Like you finna go, like you going down, like real talk.
And like you want to get your nigger off, but when you say
look, you could have been saying nice. I do. Right. I didn't like how that it looked like you was gonna say, and I just hauled off and hit you. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. Like it's like me and D was having a conversation was it today? And I really be thinking sometimes like that the world itself has gone crazy because common sense is no longer just a common virtue. It's like you have to now explain yourself to people. You have to explain shit that shouldn't need to be explained. Like I say, hey, I hate Christmas. That should be the end of the fucking conversation. There should be no, well, why do you hate Christmas? Because I fucking hate it. I hate all major holidays, actually. And this has nothing to do with being white or black. This is just some shit that's on my heart. Cause I just need to get it off. I'm about to have a testimony.
Get off of his soapbox.
Look, y'all gonna have to knock me out because
happen.
once I start talking, it's a wrap. Because then I start thinking about all the shit that people done did that done pissed me off over the time. That's why I don't need a podcast because there's no like there would never be any structure with me. It would just be me randomly ranting about. I'm like that crazy dude that's in this trailer talking about conspiracies and shit. Like that's why one of y'all should stop me. But see, none of y'all will stop me. Y'all both just listening to me rant and rave about. Y'all just let me go. Y'all, and neither one of y'all still not stopping me. Why are
I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna stop you. The agents listening, they either gonna cut it off or whatever they gonna do what they gonna do.
It's crazy though, man. I don't get it. Like people, first off, people need to stop being. I just need to stop existing. I don't know, man. I just want a meteor to come and just. We need a do-over. Like we've had our shot. We just need to go. I'm done. I'm out. I'm not gonna say nothing else.
Go ahead, let the animals take over.
Yeah, like real talk. Like we have run our course. We have failed. Like, I'm just throwing it out there. Black, white, Hispanic, all of us. We've all failed. We failed. We have failed everything. We've lost. Game over.
And my cliche moment of the day: you only fail if you don't try.
Well, they tried and they failed. they tried and failed because we are. Well, I'm telling you what, man. We are in the end of days. I don't know where this is, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere because this shit's bad.
But is it really?
You don't think so? You don't think that we are in
I didn't say I didn't think so. I just asked, is it really?
I don't know. I feel like I've monopolized this whole podcast. Well, this half of it. The first half.
I feel like you have too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ari, take us out of here, Ari. You know what? And because you were not on the last iteration of Congratulations, Killer Cow, what is your stance? Let the listeners know what your stance is on Killer Cow, the homie.
Fuck Cal, and whenever they do that riot shit that happened in January, all them gonna get off too.
Oh, you mean the insurrection?
Yep.
No, actually, some of them have. So they have been getting like community service and shit like that. Like,
so they got off already. Community service ain't no.
Well, I'm not saying that. I feel like community service is infinitely more more punishment than actual incarceration. Like, oh my goodness, if I ever did a crime and I was caught and had to be sentenced and they sentenced me to community service, I feel like the sheer level and the magnitude of the punishment would be so just heart-wrenching. Use that, motherfuckers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where that's how I feel. Now I don't fuck about community service, none of that shit. It is what it is. You knew they was gonna get off. They was considered heroes. Everybody rooting for them. Like, oh no, yeah, that's what they need to do. Yeah, they had nooses on the lawn. I mean, in every war we've ever fought, no one has ever taken the White House yet. You know, these folks felt like this was a necessity. That's what's up. I ain't mad. Wasn't me. Wasn't me out there with them motherfuckers.
Couldn't have been me though. Oh man. So again, this was a very interesting podcast. Kind of derailed after the first one abruptly ended. Not so much derailed as kind of derailed. Fuck it, I'm gonna stick with that word. But here we are again. We got the Ari back. She's back for this podcast. She wasn't with us with the last one, but she still made her thoughts known. We had the D dropping knowledge as always, educating and being fun at the same time. Gotta love it. So this has been the No Filter Podcast. All right, make sure
There's
you
a snake
follow
in
us.
my boot.
Why you just can't never let me get through my outro? Like, why do you always every time I go into this outro, you got one random thing to say after another?
To infinity and beyond.
Like literally, go back to all the other podcasts. Like every time I'm doing this outro, he just says the most random shit. Like, what does a snake in your boot have to do with anything?
I was being Woody.
Okay. I guess. Oh my God. Just fucked up the whole momentum of the outro. All right. So again, this has been the God damn it. Now you done fucked me. I can't even get through the outro now. All right. All right. This has been the No Filter Podcast. All right. Make sure you follow us on all social media. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're even on TikTok. We're everywhere. We out here. Ms. R, you got anything you want to add before I end it?
Nope.
All right. D, you got anything you want to say?
If you want to live, come with me.
Lord. All right. And we out here. If you have any questions, if you got any topics, any relevant questions, excuse me, make sure you hit us up on the No Filter Podcast 2021 at gmail.com. And we out.